His story is one of conviction, of a rapid rise, of both applause and critique. From a young man inspired by injustice to student leader, then a political heavyweight. He has never stayed far from controversy or challenge. Today we are diving into the career of one of South Africa's most prominent young political figures, Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. Ndlozi was born 9 May 1985 in Everton, Gauteng, South Africa. He grew up during the transitional years towards the end of apartheid. His political consciousness was shaped early. In 1992, when he was around 7 years old, his uncle was jailed by the apartheid police for underground liberation movement work. That experience left a deep mark.
Wow. But that's my uncle who is still in the ANC. And he's the most political person I had in my life. So everything I knew, Freedom Charter, the struggle songs, the basic political education, was out of a relationship I had with him.
Did he rob the police station successfully?
Yeah, he was he was in the unit. He was essentially its leader. And they successfully got the arms.
Wow.
Yeah. And they got compromised far at a later stage, got arrested, accused of killing a white man. Mandela had to visit them in prison because it was some important case. It was very embarrassing to the regime that 3 of its police stations had been disarmed of
He
arms.
started his higher education journey at WITS in 2004. While at WITS, he became actively involved in youth and student structures. SASCO, South African Students' Congress, the ANC Youth League, the Young Communist League. These roles sharpened his perspective on inequality, freedom, economic justice. He managed to balance activism with academics. In 2017, he earned a PhD in political studies from WITS. He was also recognized in 2017 as most influential young South African. Let's go back. In 2013, the EFF is founded and Ndlozi becomes its first official spokesperson. As spokesperson, he helped define its tone: radical, uncompromising in calls for economic transformation, strong critique of the status quo. In May 2014, the EFF contested national general elections and Ndlozi became a member of the National Assembly. Representing the EFF in Parliament, he positioned himself as a strong critique of ruling party policies, especially those that, in his view, failed to deliver economic transformation or continued existing inequalities. Ndlozi, along with other EFF leaders, notably Julius Malema and Floyd Shivambu, were involved in frequent conflicts in Parliament. For example, in 2015 and 2016, EFF members were ejected from Parliament during presidential addresses for protests over parliamentary violations. These moments underscored both the EFF and Ndlozi's methods: direct confrontation, using Parliament both as a platform for policy critique and for dramatic political theatre. Ndlozi often infused a touch of humor in his approach, making him more likable and relatable, an important characteristic in the political arena.
Spots across the West.
Honorable Manier, please take your seat. What's point of order you standing?
Point of order. Are we in an auction here? Honorable member.
That is not a point of order.
Dr.
To check if it's parliamentary for Honorable Mantashe to put the wrong button in the wrong.
Order, honorable members. Order. Honorable Ndlozi, can you please...
I'm protecting the dignity of GNU now.
Honorable Ndlozi.
He also became known for his intellectual approach, linking the EFF's positions to political theory, historical injustice, emphasizing structural inequalities, and the need for radical economic change, such as land redistribution and nationalization. As MP, he was critical of government corruption, failure of service delivery, and inconsistencies between constitutional promises and lived realities. He often used parliamentary questions, motions, public speeches to call out what he saw as hypocrisy. Ndlozi stepped down as EFF spokesperson in February 2020. He continued as MP, focusing more on legislative work and public appearances. In the 2024 elections, the EFF faced its first electoral decline since inception. The MK party, led by Jacob Zuma, surprised everyone with their performance, with 14.5% of the electorate choosing MK party. The EFF deputy president Floyd Shivambu, among other leaders, defected to MK, causing tensions within EFF's ranks. Questions arose about who knew about their intentions to leave. It is important to note that all of this occurred during the lead-up to the EFF's national conference. Ndlozi would be caught up in the controversy around MK versus EFF and would be sidelined during their national conference.
We're not going to answer the question about Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. You've got his number and some of you talk to him, call him. I'm not responsible for Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. 90% of the people who were here, who expected to be here, are here. That's what matters. Whoever is not here was not supposed to be here from the beginning. So you are not going to reduce this organization to some individual. We're going to refuse that. We're going to refuse that. We gave a very long political report yesterday, like 80 pages. It didn't have such names. You are intellectually so inferior that you can't even engage with that document, and then you bring gossip. We must be monitoring movements of individuals. Why concern about one person over so many people who are here? As if he is the conference. As if he's not here, conference will not happen. It's going to happen, it's happening without him.
In January 2025, Ndlozi officially resigned as Member of Parliament. He also resigned as member of the EFF, stepping away from party politics. This marks a major turning point in his career, from rising through a political party to stepping away entirely. The move suggests tensions between personal convictions, the party's trajectory, political strategy, or differences in ideological direction. After his departure from party politics, Mbuyiseni joined the radio station Power FM. Speaking on the move, Ndlozi said, "Radio is a powerful medium for challenging norms and sparking meaningful conversation. I'm excited to take on this role." End quote. Regardless of where his journey takes him, his footprint in South African politics is already significant. His departure from the EFF doesn't erase that. As of early 2025, he has stepped away from party structures, but whether inside or outside formal politics, his influence endures. What do you think? Will he return to party politics under a different banner? Will his future be in media, intellectual work, or something else entirely? Thanks for watching. Subscribe, hit the bell for more. See you next time.